This time on Roadkill, it is a smoking Project Car Showdown.
You gotta say smoking, huh?
Yeah, had to. You're okay now. Smells like burnt dog, but aside from that...
It'll buff out.
Yeah, probably will. Look at us out here playing with all of our junk. Yeah, we're gonna have a whole bunch of Roadkill cars in this episode. The goal, finally make our Mazdarati 2.0 run in the 10s in the quarter mile. And when that fails, we at least have some other cars to shoot it out against and see if it's better than anything that we've cobbled over the years.
This can't fail. I mean, we're gonna put a bet on it.
Yeah, that's our priority.
It's gotta help, right?
This is our 1974 Mazda RPU rear engine pickup. It would have factory had a rotary engine in the front. We built it in 2 episodes last season, and we put an engine in the bed to call back to our original Mazdarati that had an Oldsmobile engine in the bed. This one has, what's the designation on this engine?
I believe it's an LS4.
LS4.
Yeah, it would have come in an Impala front-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Now we have a rear-wheel drive truck.
So it's a 5.3 liter LS on a transaxle in the bed. The goal was what?
10 seconds or do wheelies.
So 10 seconds in the quarter mile has eluded us embarrassingly. The last time we took this to the track, it blew apart a radiator hose and puked the whole length of Famoso drag strip.
Yeah, that was not the A to B pass I was looking for. You know?
Nah. So what we're gonna do this time is try and make it go 10s. And if it doesn't, we're gonna see if at least it can beat one of the other Roadkill cars. Thing is, as you may surmise, none of the Roadkill cars actually run and drive right now.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna wrench on everything and have success with everything.
So stuff has changed. Balto Performance re-dynoed it for us. It's running on E85. And remember we had that problem with the fly-by-wire throttle body where it wouldn't drive on the drag strip? I'd floor it and it would just die?
Yes.
Now it has a cable.
And they put an alternator on it, so we have voltages.
That too. Go for it.
You don't want to drive at all.
No. Oh, there's racing harnesses in the driver's side and nothing on the passenger side. I just screwed that up.
Yeah, but on the bright side, your
Hey.
side has fewer holes than my side.
Season 13, you've seen all you need to see. I'm done here.
It's crusty, but probably functional with enough effort on your part. There you go.
That would be a lot of effort.
Love it. You're in flip-flops, but at least you got a helmet. Ah, it's spunky. All right. Maybe it will run 10s. What are the odds we get impounded right now?
Well, it's only happened once in 13 years. We can go for 2.
I like a challenge. All right, car. You know, we only have a 3-gallon fuel cell.
Oh, you're right.
I didn't fill it.
Me neither.
Well, we have at least 2 gears. That's good news.
Do the brakes work?
Yeah, they're actually surprisingly good.
We must not have done them.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of gas fast.
Yeah, and where do you get E85 in Gardena? Well, this feels pretty successful. I think you'll be quite happy taking this down a drag strip again.
I'll be watching.
Success.
I lived.
This Mazdarati runs, and it's not stolen, which is good. However, that's probably not going to get us to Bakersfield.
That's 3 gallons of E85, and you burn about twice as much E85 as you do gasoline for the same amount of power. Yeah, that makes us down the track 1 time.
So yeah, we just need, put a bed on it so it looks stately and a bigger gas tank.
How much bed floor do you think we're going to save here?
Virtually none, which means someone's gonna mail a pipe bomb to us when they see that we cut up a perfectly good Mazda RPU.
It'll be just like when we cut up the C4 Corvette.
It will.
Yeah, we're gonna hack the bed sides off of the bed that was originally on this truck, which is the super rare one because they've got the flared sides on it. The regular Mazda didn't have that.
Yeah, they're not gonna be happy with us. But we need a bedside.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin it. This is why we made them go find us another bed last time we were doing this. The reason this is a trailer.
The other bed.
Right.
Doesn't have the flares.
It doesn't.
Should we just cut that one up?
That's the original reason why we got the other bed is because you didn't want to cut this one, so we got the other one. But then this morning you said you were going to cut this one, so we took all the parts out of this one and stacked it in the other one. So now you want to take all the parts out of that one, stack them in this one, use the other one?
I didn't know we still had the other one.
Ah, I see.
Now that I know that information, I'm like, yeah, why are we cutting this one up? I didn't know the other bed was still in play, man. I thought I had no options. I thought I had to cut this bed.
I think we just decided we're gonna go get the other bed.
Yes. I have no problems cutting this one up.
Nope. Now I'm ready to hack. Could have used some warning on that.
Ah, sorry, I thought you were out of the way. Let's install it.
Looks way better.
Yeah, you're cutting this part, bro.
We cut the floor out of our bed and test fit it, and it's amazing how easy this is actually going to be. But unfortunately, because our new tires and wheels on our transaxle stick out so much further than the stock track width, I am gonna have to cut out this in order to fit the wheel and tire. Instead of doing a straight radius, I attempted to follow the factory shape of it, and I will mimic it with the death wheel. This could go really badly, and the reason that Finnegan's not doing it, I think we all know. We saw his work on the muscle truck so many seasons ago. Wow, that is bad. Yeah, he's just gonna make a flange and Zeus it right back on. It'll be mint. Now we find out if my wheel opening cut worked.
This looks good, Freiberger.
It's a little close.
It's close. Like if you take it off any sweet jumps, it's definitely hitting. Okay, back of the bed is bolted in. Thank you, Freiberger. Front of the bed is kind of half-ass installed. I just MIG welded some tubing from the roll bar to the bed sides. Up top, there's nothing in the bottom right now. So what I'm gonna do is roll the truck forward, put it on the lift, put it up in the air, work from the bottom and triangulate something to keep not just the bed sides from flapping as we drive down the road, but also from falling down, because that's probably an issue.
Mike went the extra mile welding it all on up here. It's actually stout. The question is, are the tires going to hit? I'm gonna say yes. I didn't cut them big enough. Let's see. Ooh, maybe not. It's fine.
All right.
Right now we're eyeballing what to do about putting a fuel cell up front, and what's interesting is it's only gonna be a transfer tank. Yeah?
Yeah. This here with a little click-clack, pumping into what would have been the rollover vent of that, with a switch in between that every so often we just shut off,
Right.
because that's gonna overflow.
Yeah.
And there's no return back here because, you know, budget, less hose.
Very much safety.
I'll drive it, it's fine, it's fine. I got insurance.
We're so dead. Don't ever do this, ever. Not even for a TV show.
It's not a radiator, it's a bomb. Ready? It's not going anywhere.
Extra safety measure. Let me just
Double
throw
knob.
these right there. Done. We have our hack job fuel system all put together. I'm gonna test it now. We know that these little electric pumps don't like to lift. Really, they want to be gravity fed. We don't have that situation. So I'm gonna turn on the switch and hopefully we will see E85 gurgle in this baby right there, but probably not.
I like your optimism.
Flick the switch.
This is like first time in my life I want something to suck more, not less.
Only the first. Whoa, look at that.
Oh, that truly sucks.
Handled. We are moving on to the next car, which is the amazing automotive artifact known as the General Mayhem, my '68 Dodge Charger. This thing has been around since the very earliest days of Roadkill, and I actually traded it for a set of cylinder heads in 2008. It was a complete rolling Hulk. I think it's the episode that took us longest to shoot. I think 6 months in and out, doing occasional weekends, putting it together with a motorhome 440, putting on a bunch of swap meet parts and turning it into the greatest on and off-road rally crossing, auto crossing, burning out, drag racing fun car ever, in my opinion. This thing is a blast. The carburetor that was on this for our trip when we went from Wyoming down to the closing of Bandimere near Denver, Colorado, this carburetor just kept flooding. That means I gotta change the oil because it's still full of gasoline. It probably polished the cylinder walls like mirrors, and it's gonna burn oil.
Oh, it makes the pistons move faster.
Right, there's that, friction reduction.
Yeah.
But I would just want to change the carburetor. I don't even want to mess with it. I think it's got a porosity problem or something that I'm not going to troubleshoot. I'm just gonna replace it. See, that's a really good Holley HP. We need to change the oil, which is weird with the AccuSump. And when this was being transported here, someone punched a hole in the gas tank, so we'll be fixing that too.
Out with the old, in with the new. Right now, we've got the car up in the air. We're going to change the oil and the filter.
Is there any oil in that? No way. We just removed the oil filter. There was no oil in it. The car got driven to where it's parked right now. Mike's about to pull the drain plug and see what that says.
Well, it's almost out, and that's not a lot of oil. I'm gonna guess that was 3 quarts.
Well, and a bunch of it got pumped into the AccuSump, I'm sure. I don't like the AccuSump. It raises too many questions. It's wrong.
That's an EFI tank.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it is the Roadkill car that never fails to fail. It is the Rotson, our 1971 Datsun 240Z that used to be loaded with a 4.3-liter Chevy V6 with a turbo on it, but now has a small block Ford. It's a 302. Oh, that's when we did that great scene mimicking a movie, Office Space, thrashing on the old V6 because we hated it. And we threw the 302 in. It still has the same turbo that we got from our buddy KJ Jones. It's some diesel leftover that he had. And this thing hasn't run in years, honestly, and we know that we've got a fuel delivery problem. We know we got to do something with the starter.
It overheated twice really badly.
Oh, it overheated really badly. Yeah,
Both times.
We drove it to Las Vegas and it puked everywhere. Then we raced it at Laguna Seca. We were standing there doing the wrap-up talk as we do, and in the background it goes, oh, okay, we're gonna have to clean that up. Wow. And I don't think we've touched it since.
No.
No. So what do we do first?
I think the starter's junk, so starter, then fuel system?
Okay. All right, I removed the starter that was in the car, and we are gonna go with the Duralast Gold. You know, Duralast, which is a sponsor of Roadkill, would like to remind you that if you are a professional, you can actually have your own sales rep, or you can go to AutoZonePro.com and you can order stuff, and it'll be here in like 30 minutes. Thing is, we're not professionals. So we just shop like regular people and get this stuff. Maybe if you're better than us, you can step up to the AutoZone Pro account.
Welcome to the Tea and Crumpets smothered in Jack Daniels portion of the show.
Good callback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Episode 7 is where we first built this thing. It's a 1974 Jaguar XJ12 with a 383 small block Chevy with a YN671 supercharger on it. I know that you can smoke tires with this car. It has been on a lot of episodes. We have annihilated some treads with this thing. There's more rubber on the quarter panel than there is on the tire right now. We need to like peel that off and rub it back in, I think. It also needs a new ignition box because I stole the box off of it when we were working on Stubby Bob last time.
I'm just waiting for the verbal kick in the nuts.
Because he cut through the ground wire on Stubby Bob and it didn't actually need a box, but I took it off this one anyway.
Yeah. We also need a battery.
Yeah, we do. Remember when this was overheating so badly that we had to drive through car washes in order to cool it down? Nothing has changed. This thing has overheated brutally at least 2 times since then.
Okay. I think we need another starter.
It was cranking good earlier.
No. Yeah, that starter's junk.
How many voltages?
12 and a half. All right, let's lunch, everybody. Good job. Woo! What a day.
It's like maracas.
I think he's finally lost his mind.
We're waiting for a starter on the Jaguar, so I'm gonna continue to install our new tank that just arrived for the General Mayhem. There. That's in. I just have to hook up the hoses and I'm done. We just finished up installing the new fuel tank.
All right, David, do your worst.
Does it have fuel yet?
You now have fuel, sir.
Hey, look at that. I'm gonna suck that down, it's on fire.
Oh.
Where's the timing set at? Oh, it's fine, everything's fine.
Yay.
1 down. 2 if you count the Mazdarati.
We're on to the Rotson. The carburetor is all locked up solid. The accelerator pumps don't move at all, so I'm just gonna take it off and rebuild it. I'm working on the carburetor over there, which is trash. Finnegan just figured out the entire fuel system in the car. I didn't realize he was this far, but we just dropped the whole fuel cell out of it. What's up?
Well, it doesn't have a return port. It's full of bad fuel, and we have another fuel cell, so I'm just thinking we just eliminate whatever is going wrong there and put the new fuel cell in.
Okay.
With ratchet straps, probably.
Finnegan's been working on fabricating this new fuel cell that's gonna go up in here. Burning. Mike is wiring the fuel pump, and I'm putting the boostification to the engine.
Never forget, we're doing all of this to a car we haven't driven in probably 5 or 6 years, just to find out, will it overheat right here in the shop?
Yeah.
We think we blew the head gaskets the last time we drove it.
Right. We're really good at this after 13 years.
Let's keep going.
Okay. I was just laying some dots on this so that the silicone hose has something to grab so that it doesn't pop off. Okay. We're about ready to see if this thing's gonna run for the first time in forever.
Why is this so scary?
Just to flip a switch.
Hey.
Just like that. And it's not smoking.
We got oil pressure.
Okay, first of all, it sprayed water all over me when I did that.
Oh.
And second of all, look at the water coming up out of the cracks in the carburetor hat. It sprayed water everywhere. It's all out here.
So you're saying head gaskets?
Yeah.
I really wanted this to work. Come on, Rotson.
Let's run it more and verify. That is very hot water.
Damn.
It's not stopping.
But on the bright side, the fuel pressure is perfect. Why couldn't it be oil? I'd be fine with oil.
Oh, there's plenty of oil coming out of the carburetor hat.
Never forget, that's a Ford Power Stroke diesel turbo from KJ Jones that we've never rebuilt.
Oh, you know what that means?
It's KJ's fault?
Yes! How'd you know? Like that. I'm gonna say this has a blown head gasket, which explains why it overheats to the moon.
Next car?
Yeah. It never fails to fail. The Rotson. Junk. It's my job to fix the starter on the Jaguar. The little gear in the starter was stuck in the ring gear. So what I'm gonna do is grab this shim right here, which goes between the starter and the engine block so that that small gear moves away from the ring gear. Starter take 2, please work. Yes, look at it go. All right, I just have to put the exhaust back together and theoretically the Jaguar's done. However, I will point out, it hasn't run yet. You'll probably see me rebuilding both carburetors later today.
Well, arguably one of the most reliable vehicles in the Roadkill fleet happens to be a 68 Dodge Charger powered by a Toyota inline-6 motor. Except when we pulled it in the shop yesterday to start working on it, the pulley fell off the balancer. And that's because it wasn't welded or bolted together. From the factory, it's bonded with rubber, which is not that uncommon. You see this on a lot of vehicles. But after, I don't know, decades of abuse on the rev limiter by other people, not me, this thing just decided to leave the chat. And so we bought a fluid dampener, which this one, the pulley for the serpentine belt bolts on, which is nice. You like that. I threw some anti-seize on the snout of the crank. In theory, I shouldn't even have to hone this. It should just go right on there. It's working. I'd say that's good. Torqued.
Go again. Go again. There.
It's time. I think it'll run.
That was anticlimactic. Does it have oil pressure?
Sure.
It's actually gonna drive out of the shop. Now we're gonna put this thing down and see if it'll run. We just had good luck with the death metal, but it's got that Toyota reliability going on.
This is a lovely shade of poop.
Gotta get gas up to the carburetors. Okay.
There we go. It's gonna die.
Runs on brake fluid. Oh, there's still no gas in the bowls. Ooh, gasoline just hit. Oh yeah, it's squirting now. All right, this junk's gonna run. All right, I've got some fixing to do. There's gas pouring down this side of the blower, and for some reason it wants to idle at 3,000 RPM. Seems like a vacuum leak. I don't see one at a glance. I'm gonna take off the scoop, which is no fun. Here's the end of the day story on the Jaguar. We messed with this thing for a long time, a needlessly long time. We did fix about half a dozen vacuum leaks. We did improve the linkage. We did improve the needles and seats that were stuck. We cannot solve a vacuum leak that's here at the back of the supercharger with a gasket that is unobtainium, and we don't want to take the whole thing apart to do it again. And so it idles at about 1,500 RPM. We're gonna live with it. I'm gonna put the scoop on, which is probably gonna take me 20 minutes, and then this will be another runner off the list.
4 days, 7 cars. Some of them even work. Not well,
Not
but they
one
do
of them
work.
is right. Not
No.
even one. It's a little disappointing, I gotta admit.
We worked really hard, though.
I know. This was supposed to be Roadkill's greatest hits,
So do washing machines.
and it's Roadkill's greatest hits, kind of.
Yeah, we've been roadkill, for sure. And I can't decide if it's self-inflicted or not, so I'm just gonna ignore everything that happened the last 4 days, get in the Mazdarati tomorrow, and just head north.
We are driving to a racetrack tomorrow with the Mazdarati. We will find out if it runs 10s in the quarter mile, and when it doesn't, we'll have all of these other awesomely functioning vehicles to shoot it out against. It's gonna be great. Woo! Ready?
Sure.
EF5 fires right up.
Right?
Surges a little. Wow, that motor moves around a lot. Do you see that?
Oh, I'm not looking back there at all, bro. Oh, only forward. Did you turn on the surge tank? Oh.
Okay.
I smell E85 now.
Yeah.
We've never road tripped this anywhere.
No,
No. It's going good so far.
the turbo's cooking. There's smoke pouring off the turbo.
Yeah, I don't think we're overheating. It's down to 187.
Okay, cool.
Might be good.
1 mile down and we're the champions of the world. We got some smoking out of, ironically enough, our heat shield. But aside from that, it's pretty good.
Dude, that was complete success. We didn't run out of gas. We're not on fire. Let's just get on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 miles. We got this.
We just filled up with the 85 and we're ready to rip. Freeway coming.
The true test. Will it tow a trailer on the highway? Seems all right.
Yeah, I think we got our first tire rub. Here's another one. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Engage highway mode.
Wow, it drives okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
The turbo's smoking a lot.
My head doesn't bend that far, so therefore there's no problem.
Honestly, this thing drives like a dream. The brakes are pretty sketch, but aside from that, cruises down the road.
This is our finest feat of engineering in a long time.
Yeah, I would say in a long time.
Like, it works.
It pretty works.
It's just going.
And it got 11.4 miles to the gallon, which on E85,
With a trailer,
with us, it's not bad.
it's practically a hybrid.
Driver's change.
The bumps feel a little sketchy, and our trailer's wagging badly, because it's got no tongue weight.
Now the temperature's going up. 210. 215.
Uh-oh. Hey, Dave.
All right, it's puking. We gotta pull it over.
What if we lost a hose?
Looks like it. Guess which one blew apart?
The one we forgot to put a bead on?
The exact same one that came apart at the drag strip.
There's no bead. And I don't have the tool to make one, but I'm gonna try to flare this a little bit. We can make it. It's gonna be fine.
Coolant temperature 300.
I've never had one go 300 before.
We're now pulling over for the second time on the Grapevine in California. This time, our coolant temperature is 300 degrees. Wow. Oh, it is toast. This isn't good.
Yeah, that's not the record I was hoping to set today. You know, I wanted that 10-second record, not the 300-degree record.
Oh, look at the water coming out of this. See?
Oh, there's water in our motor
Uh-huh.
in places that it's not supposed to be.
Yep.
That would explain why it overheated. Oh, yeah, there's the milkshake.
Yep, we're done.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in Bakersfield. Well, we had it towed to the hotel. We're gonna put some water in it. It's cooled off.
We're gonna fire it up now and see if I can see bubbles in the coolant or if the coolant drops its level. Oh, lots of bubbles.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking at before. You're a squeak we didn't used to have?
Yes. It's making weird noises it never made before. You can hear like a whirring and a chirping in it. But even though it's bubbling in the radiator, it's not smoking out the vent like it did before.
If you rev it, does it go away?
No. Well, we played with this thing a little bit tonight, working with that combustion analysis sauce. We put a ton of water in it because it was empty. We've got noises that we don't like, but we don't see anything that's really a smoking gun. So I think what we're gonna do is wake up in the morning and drive this thing the next 25 miles to the track and find out what happens.
It either works or it doesn't, man.
Right.
Either way, we still have 6 other cars.
6?
6 other.
This many?
That finger doesn't want 6 other cars.
You know what else comes in 6s?
Oh, beer?
That's right.
Yes.
Today is the Mazdarati's last chance. We think it's broken, we're not sure. Our solution is going to be simply try and drive it to the track whether the engine's broken or not. Let's see how far we get.
Our squeak is back.
I am monitoring the monitor, trying to see when it's gonna overheat.
I smell something. How hot is it now?
146.
So far, so good. Seems happy.
Still not overheating. That cooled it down from 190 to 185.
I guess it's okay. That's good news.
We're gonna make it. We don't get it. This thing runs better than ever. We literally can't figure it out. We're going through our mind about what could have gone wrong, and at this point, we don't care because we're at Famoso Drag Strip with all of our other Roadkill cars.
I just think the universe wants the Mazdarati to run 10s. you know?
Probably. It feels peppy. But first, I think we're gonna do shootouts of all of the other cars that we have here. Because we have Finnegan C10, we have the General Mayhem, we have the Jaguar, we have the Death Metal, we have the Vet Cart, we have the Muscle Truck.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this.
Here's our play. We gotta find out if any of these vehicles is in fact better than the Mazdarati. It's a ridiculous premise. It's really only here so that Mike and I can have a blast with this racetrack that we've figured out.
Yes, I'm so excited about this.
What we're gonna do is connect the drag strip to an autocross. So we go down the track, we get our ET just like a regular quarter mile. A quarter mile after the finish line, we both have to dive for a right-hand exit off of the drag strip.
It's about this wide.
And so we've got a gentleman's agreement that'll probably fall apart, you know, in 38 seconds, where whoever's ahead at that point has the right of way and the next guy is gonna fall back and not crash into him. But after we go through that hole in the wall, we go into a big section of back and forth and then into a really tight coned off autocross that has a big donut at the end. Then you've got slalom going down, slalom's coming back, and then a pretty high speed chase back into the stop box. So that's the overall scheme. We're gonna race pairs of cars. At the end of each race, we'll see what winner that we've got. At the end of 3 pairs, we will pick one winner, and that one winner will race the Mazdarati. But the other thing we have to pick is who's gonna be in what lane, because the whole dive for the turnout at the top of the track is sketch.
I don't know what I want, but I'll Rochambeau.
The winner of the Rochambeau picks.
Right.
Okay.
Ah,
Smash!
I thought you were gonna go paper.
All right,
Damn
I
it.
think I am gonna take the left-hand lane, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Didn't see that coming.
I'm in the Jaguar, he's in the Vet Cart. All right, Jaguar, do me right. Here we go for our first pair. Me and the Jaguar, Mike is in the Vet Cart. Here he comes.
I virtually have to leave from an idle because this car will not hook. Tire spin.
I'm sensing this is way faster than the Vet Cart.
Oh, the car's hopping everywhere.
I stayed on top of the gas well beyond the finish line, so I'm smoking the brakes right now.
Ah, David is in the lead. I'm gonna brake late and try to get right on his butt.
Yes, I smoked the brakes, and he gets ahead of me.
Where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? He missed the turn.
Ah,
I don't know what happened, but David just missed the turn.
now it's actually a race since I smoked the brakes there. This could be sketch.
I just got a not spin out.
Oh, the brakes are toast.
Oh, we're right next to each other. Come on, baby, don't spin out.
Ah. Now it's a challenge through the slalom. This is tight. The Vet Cart has got to beat me at this, right?
Come on, car.
Oh, the steering is so slow.
Oh, come on, baby, come on. Ah, I think I won. Nice park job, Freiberger.
Okay, that was fun. I totally would have beat him if I had not have smoked the brakes on that turnout.
Woohoo!
That was amazing. If I had not have smoked the brakes at the drag strip, I would have been so far ahead of you.
Oh, you had me cooked.
Ah,
This thing's a handful.
that has slow steering. It's overheating. Ha! That was a riot.
And we get to do it again.
All right, moving on to death metal versus general mayhem. All right, you get to pick.
I'll go outside.
Okay, left lane for Finnegan in the 2JZ Toyota powered Charger, and the actual Charger will be in the right-hand side.
You better win. You'll never live it down if you lose to a Japanese motor in a Dodge.
This I'm really looking forward to. Little Charger on Charger action here. I'm gonna be in the right-hand lane this time. I have to remember not to smoke my brakes like I did last time.
I don't know what's gonna happen during the whole shot, and I don't know what's gonna happen at high speed. Here comes the real deal.
We'll see how that goes. All right, I am way ahead of him. He's catching up on me now. Nope, I wasn't willing to hit the wall.
Ah, he blew it! He blew it again!
I failed the same way I did last time. Traction! He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me bad.
Come on, car! Come on, car!
That's 2 wins I handed him by blowing past the exit.
Nice work, death metal! Woo!
Wow, that was lousy.
That was so fun. And I don't mean just, you know, the winning part.
Feels good to be me right now.
Woo!
God, that's gotta hurt. Toyota motor. Smoking the old 440.
Yep.
Man.
So, we're still gonna go to the next couple of trucks. His C10 versus my original muscle truck.
You have this one.
My strategy is not working.
Don't blow the turn, because this truck has the steering radius of a bus, and it bounces, there's no sway bar. It also has no traction and it wheel hops. So you should absolutely win.
You're setting me up.
Dude, you should win. I'm not trying to put pressure on you, I'm just saying, that thing works.
One thing I know for sure, this is gonna sound great. Now, if there's anything I've learned here is that I am losing these races because I smoke the brakes and then blow the turn. So I'm not gonna do that this time.
Let's go have some fun. All right, gotta somehow figure out how to hole shot this thing without it wheel hopping. We are on fire. I think the drive shaft broke the fuel cell. Holy crap.
Oh man, is he smoking down there? Oh dude, his truck's on fire.
Oh no, it's in the cab. There goes my baby.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the drive shaft break, and then I think it went through the bottom of the gas tank.
Wow.
Thanks, fellas.
Yep.
So what had happened was Dave gave me the shaft.
This became my fault?
Yeah, somehow. You were ahead of me, I had to pass you. I clicked it in the next gear, and then all hell broke loose. And then this played ping pong under my truck, cut a fuel line, and before I could stop the truck, the whole thing was on fire.
Oof.
This guy was here immediately, and they put it out, man. I cannot believe they saved that truck. I thought for sure C10's dust.
Well, if that's the worst thing that has happened to us in the 13 years of doing this show, it's a win.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket because I feel like I've escaped mayhem multiple times today.
Well, you literally escaped mayhem earlier when you beat me.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yay. We just busted our butts for 4 days, brought 6 vehicles back to life that hadn't run in years, which I'm excited about. And not all of them performed, but you know, whatever. I don't care. They're alive, they're well. We can fix this thing. However, I think we're gonna pump the brakes on racing anything today because I just don't want to be behind the wheel after getting crispy in my truck. So that's how we're gonna end it.
Well, I say it's a huge eye-opener because I think we are famous for sort of scabbing stuff together. And this wasn't even a result of that, but it does make you realize what can actually happen and the risks involved in this thing.
Yeah.
So not to bring a somber note to it, but honestly, it makes me realize why on my real race cars I spend so much effort on safety and probably should a little bit more on the roadkill cars. But look what we've got now. The Rotson, you know what you want to do to it next,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Even though it failed, it didn't fail to fail. We know what we want to do with it next.
Yes.
Man, the vet cart, we know what that thing needs. We love the vet cart.
Oh, the vet cart rules.
General Mayhem, I'm dying to get an alignment on that thing because I'm gonna love that car once that's done. It hasn't been out for a while.
Absolutely.
I found out something wrong with the muscle truck that I didn't know was wrong with it when I stood on the brakes at 110 miles an hour when you were like burning down. And so that's something to fix. I don't know, I feel energized to get a lot of the cars in better shape than they ever have been.
Yeah, I got another list, and it's just not on cardboard yet. And when it is, maybe you'll see that on a future episode of Roadkill.